A fiddler on the roof. Sounds crazy, no? But here, in our little village of Anatevka, you might say, every one of us is a fiddler on the roof, trying to scratch out a pleasant, simple tune without breaking his neck. Of course, it isn't very easy. You may ask, why do we stay up here if it's so dangerous? Well, we stay because Anatevka is our home. And how do we keep our balance? Well, that I can tell you in a word. Tradition. 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 Because of our traditions, we've kept our balance for many, many years. Here in Anatevka, we have traditions for nearly everything. How to eat, how to sleep, even how to wear clothes. For instance, we always keep our heads covered and always wear a little prayer shawl. This shows our constant devotion to God. You may ask, how did this tradition start? I'll tell you. I don't know, but it's a tradition. Because of our traditions, everyone knows who he is and what God expects him to do. Day and night must scramble for a living, feed a wife and children, say his daily prayer, and who has the right as master of the house to have the final word at home? The mama.
Proper home, a quiet home, a kosher home. Must raise a family and run the home, so Papa's free to read the holy book. The mama. Tradition, the mama. The mama. Tradition.
At 3 I started Hebrew school, at 10 I learned the trade. I hear they picked a bride for me, I hope she's pretty. The sons, tradition, the sons, tradition.
Does Mama teach to mend and tend and fix, preparing me to marry whoever Papa picks?
The daughters, tradition, the daughters, tradition.
And here in the circle of our village, we've always had our special types. For instance, Yenta, the matchmaker.
Oh, Avram, I have a perfect match for your son. Oh, wonderful. Who is it? Ruchel, the shoemaker's daughter.
Ruchel? But she can hardly see. She's almost blind.
Tell the truth, Avram. Is your son so much to look at? The way she sees and the way he looks, well, it's a perfect match.
And Rabbi Nahu, the beggar.
Alms for the poor, alms for the poor. Here, Reb Nahu,
1 kopeck.
1 kopeck? Last week you gave me 2 kopecks.
I had a bad week.
So if you had a bad week, why should I suffer?
And most important, our beloved rabbi.
Rabbi, may I ask you a question?
Certainly.
Is there a proper blessing for the Tsar?
Blessing for the Tsar. Ah, yes. May God bless and keep the Tsar far away from us.
Then there are others in our village who make up a much bigger circle. His Honor the priest, His Honor the constable, and His Honor many others. We don't bother them, and so far, they don't bother us. And among ourselves, we live in perfect peace and harmony. Of course, there was the time when he sold him a horse, but delivered a mule. But that's all settled now. It was a horse.
It was a mule. It was a horse. It was a mule, I tell you.
Horse!
Mule! Horse! Mule! Horse! Mule! Horse! Mule!
Tradition! 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 Tradition!
Traditions. Without our traditions, our lives would be as shaky as a fiddler on the roof.
Mama, where should I put these?
On my head, by the stone fridge. Where's Hava?
She's in the barn. When will Papa be home?
It's almost Sabbath, and he worries a lot when he'll be home. All day long, riding on top of his wagon like a prince.
Mama, you know Papa works hard.
His horse works harder, and you don't have to defend your papa to me. I've known him a lot longer than you. You can try to press me crazy. He should only live and be well. Bring me some more potatoes. Papa, did you finish milking? Yes, Mama. You were reading again? Why does a girl have to read? Does it get her a better husband? Here. Mama, Yente's coming. She's down the road.
Maybe she's finally found a good match for you, Michael.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Why does she have to come now? It's nearly Sabbath.
Go finish in the barn. I want to talk to Yenta alone.
But Mama, the men she finds. The last one was so old, and he was bald. He had no hair.
Poor girl, without a dowry. Can't be so particular. Want hair? Marry a monkey.
After all, I'm not yet 20 years old.
Shut up! Do you have to boast about your age? Do you want to tempt the evil eye? Inside.
Hold it, darling. I have such news for you. Not just everyday week news, once in a lifetime news. Where are your daughters? Outside? No? Good. Such diamonds, such jewels. You see, Golda, I'll find every one of them a husband. But you shouldn't be so picky. Even the worst husband, God forbid, is better than no husband, God forbid.
Good evening. Is Zytel in the house?
But she's busy. Come back later.
There's something I'd like to tell her.
Later.
Oh, Martel, I thought I heard you.
Finish cleaning the barn. I said later.
All right.
What does that whole little Taylor model one look like?
They've been friends since they were babies. They talk and they play.
They play? What do they play?
Who knows? They're just children.
From such children come other children. Ah, children, they a blessing in your old age. My Aaron, may he rest in peace. Couldn't get me any children. Believe me, he was as good as gold. Never raised his voice to me. But otherwise was not much of a man, so what good was it if he ever raised his voice? Well, what's the use complaining? Other women enjoy complaining, but not Yenta. Well, I must prepare my poor Sabbath's table. So goodbye, Golda. And you're welcome.
Yenta, you said you had news for me.
Oh, of course, the news. I'm losing my head. It's about Lazar Wolf, the butcher. A good man, a fine man. And I don't have to tell you that he's well off. But he's lonely, the poor man. After all, a widower. You understand? Of course you do. Well, to make things short, out of the whole town, he's cast his eye on Cycle.
My cycle?
No, the Tsar's Cycle. Of course your Cycle.
Such a match for my cycle. He wants a learned man. He doesn't like Lazar.
Fine, fine, so she won't marry him. He wants the daughter, not the father. Listen, Golda, send Tevye to him. Don't tell him what it's about. Let Lazar discuss it himself. He's a good man, a wealthy man. True? Of course true. So, you'll tell me how it went, Golda, and you don't have to thank me. Because, aside from my fee, which anyways Lazar will pay, it brings me great satisfaction to make people happy. And what better satisfaction is there? So goodbye, Golda. You're welcome.
What did you want, Mama? When I want you to know, I'll tell you. Finish cleaning the house.
I wonder if Yenta found a husband for you. I'm not anxious for Yenta to find me a husband.
Not unless it's Noddle the tailor.
I didn't ask you. Saitu, you're the oldest. They have to make a match for you before they can make one for me.
And after her, one for me.
So if Yenta or Yenta. Well, somebody has to arrange the matches. Young people can't decide these things for themselves.
And she might bring someone wonderful.
Someone interesting and well off and important. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker, look for your book and make me a perfect match. Matchmaker, matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom, splendor and pale. Bring me a ring for a longing to be the end of all I see. For Papa, make him a scholar. For Mama, make him rich as a king. For me, love, I wouldn't bother if he were as handsome as anything. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark I'm alone. So make me a match of my own. Since when have you been interested in a match, Hava? I thought you just had your eye on your books. And you have your eye on the rabbi's son. Why not? We only have one rabbi, and he only has one son. Why shouldn't I want the best? Because you're a girl from a poor family, so whatever Yenta brings you'll take, right? Of course, right. Hoddle, oh Hoddle, have I made a match for you? He's handsome, he's tall, although he's 6 feet 2 inches. He's a nice man, a good catch. True, true. I promise you'll be happy, and even if you're not, there's more to life than that. Don't ask me what. Hava, I found him. Will you be a lucky bride? He's handsome, he's tall, that is from side to side, but he's a nice man, a good catch, right? Right. You heard he has a temper. He'll holler every night, but only when he's tipsy. So you're all right? Did you think you'd get a prince? Well, I do the best I can with no money, no It's not that I'm sentimental, it's just that I'm terrified. Matchmaker, matchmaker, plan me no plans. I'm in no rush, maybe I've learned. Playing with matches, a girl can get burned. So bring me no ring, groom me no groom, find me no fine, catch me no catch, unless he's a matchless match.
Yeah. Dear God, did you have to make my poor old horse lose his shoe just before the Sabbath? That wasn't very nice. It's enough you pick on me, Tevin. Bless me with 3 daughters, a life in poverty. What have you got against my horse? Sometimes, I think when things are too quiet up there, you say to yourself, let's see what kind of mischief I can play on my friend's head.
You're finally here, my breadwinner.
I'll talk to you later.
Where's your horse?
He was invited to the blacksmith's for the Sabbath.
Hurry up, the sun won't wait for you. I have something to say to you.
As the good book says, heal us, O Lord, and we shall be healed. Which translated means, send us the cure. We've got the sickness already. I'm not really complaining. After all, with your help, I'm starving today. You made many, many poor people. I realize, of course, it's no shame to be poor, but it's no great honor either. So would it have been so terrible if I had a small fortune? If I were a rich man, di-idle-deedle, di-idle-digga-digga-deedle-di-idle-dum, all day long I'd bidder-bidder-bum. If I were a wealthy man, wouldn't have to work hard, di-idle-deedle, di-idle-digga-digga-deedle-di-idle-dum. If I were a bidder rich, digga-digga-deedle-diddle man, I see a big tall house with rooms by the dozen, right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. There would be one long staircase just going up, and one even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere, just for show. I fill my yards with chicks and turkeys and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can. And each loud quack and quack and honk and honk will land like a trumpet on the ear, as if to say, here lives a wealthy man. If I were a rich man, di-idle-deedle, di-idle-digga-digga-deedle-di-idle-dum, all day long I'd bidder-bidder-bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard, di-idle-deedle, di-idle-digga-digga-deedle-di-idle-dum. If I were a bidder rich, digga-digga-deedle-diddle man, I see my wife, my Golda, looking like a rich man's wife with the proper double chin, supervising meals to her heart's delight. I see her putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. Boy, what a happy mood she's in. Screaming at the servants day and night. The most important man in town will come to fawn on me. They will ask me to advise them, like a Solomon the wise. If you please, Rebetevia, pardon me, Rebetevia, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. Boy, 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 boy. And it won't make one bit of difference if I answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I lack to sit in the synagogue and pray, and maybe have a seat by the eastern wall. And I discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. That would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, diddle deedle diddle digga digga deedle diddle dum, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle diddle digga digga deedle diddle dum. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast, eternal plan if I were a wealthy man?
There he is. You forgot my order for the Sabbath.
Reb Mordecai. I had a little accident with my horse.
Tevye, you didn't bring my order.
I know, Rabbi. I apologize.
Reb Tevye, you forgot my order for the Sabbath.
This is bigger news than the plague in Odessa.
Talking about news. Terrible news in the outside world. It's terrible.
What is it?
What does it say? In a village called Rajanka, all the Jews were evicted, forced to leave their homes. For what reason? It doesn't say. Maybe a plague. Maybe the Tsar wanted their land.
May the Tsar have his own personal plague.
Amen. Why don't you ever bring us some good news? I only read it. It was an edict from the authorities.
May the authorities start itching in places they cannot reach.
Amen.
Why? Do you curse them? What does your cursing do? You stand around and curse and chatter, and don't do anything. You'll all chatter your way into the grave.
Excuse me, you're not from this village.
No.
And where are you from?
Kiev. I was a student in the university there. Ah, the university. Is that where you learn to criticize your elders? No, that's where I learned that there's more to life than talk. You should know what's happening in the world. Why should I break my head about the outside world? Let them break their own heads.
He's right. As the good book says, when you spit in the air, it lands in your face.
That's nonsense. You can't close your eyes to what's happening in the world.
He's right.
He's right. And he's right. How can they both be right?
Reb Avram, you are also right.
He's right. Good Sabbath, Tevye.
Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath, Tevye.
Good Sabbath.
Tevye, my orders. The cheese.
Of course. So you're from Kiev, Reb?
Purchase.
Perch. As Abraham said, I am a stranger in a strange land.
Moses said that.
As King David once put it, I am slow of speech and slow of tongue.
That was also Moses.
For a man with a slow tongue, He talked a lot.
And the cheese?
Here, have these.
I have no money, and I'm not a beggar.
Here, it's a blessing for me to give.
Very well, for your sake.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, it's no crime to be poor.
In this world, it is the rich who are the criminals. Someday, their wealth will be ours.
If they would agree, I would agree.
And who will make this miracle come to pass?
People, ordinary people,
Like you?
like me.
Nonsense.
And until your golden days come, Red Perch, how will you live?
By giving lessons to children. Do you have children?
I have 3 daughters.
3?
Daughters.
Girls are people too.
I'm a very poor man. Food for lessons. Good. Stay with us for the Sabbath. Of course, we don't eat like kings, but we don't starve either. As the good book says, when a poor man eats a chicken, one of them is sick.
Where does the book say that?
Well, it doesn't exactly say that. But someplace, it says something about a chicken. Good Sabbath. Good Sabbath, children.
Good Sabbath, Papa.
Good Sabbath.
Children, this is Perchik. Perchik, this is my eldest daughter.
Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath. You have a pleasant daughter.
I have 3 pleasant daughters. This is mine, and this is mine, and this is mine, and that is not mine. That is little Pabzoid, and he is...
So you did me a favor and came in.
This is also mine. Golda, this is Perchik. He's a student from Kiev. He will be saying the Sabbath with us. He's a teacher.
I'm a really good teacher. A very good teacher.
I heard once that the Sabbath who must praise himself has a congregation of 1.
Your daughter has a quick and witty tongue.
The which she gets from me. As the good book
The
says,
good book can wait. Get washed.
the tongue she gets from her mother.
Mojo, you're also eating with us? Of course, another blessing. Cycle, 2 more. Get washed, get to the table. Get Flotto can help me. All right, Hava, you go too. Magic, you can go wash outside the window. Tevya, I have something to say to you.
Why should today be any different?
Tevya, I have to tell you.
Shh.
He's our wolf on us.
The butcher. What about him?
I don't know, only that he sent us.
What could be important? I have nothing for him to slaughter.
After Sabbath, go to him and talk to him.
About what? If he's thinking about buying my new milk cow, he can forget it.
Tevya, don't be an ox. A man sends an important message. At least you can talk to him.
About what? He wants my new milk cow.
Talk to him.
All right, after the Sabbath, I'll talk to him.
Also, Denke was here.
I know, I saw her.
If they agree on someone, there will be a match. It will be too late for us.
Don't worry, Zeitel. I found someone who will sell me his used sewing machine. In a few weeks, I'll have saved up enough to buy it, and your father will be impressed with me.
But a few weeks, maybe too late.
But what else can we do?
You can ask my father for my hand tonight. Now.
Why should he consider me now? I'm just a poor tailor.
And I'm just the daughter of a poor milkman. Just talk to him.
Zeitel, if your father says no, that's it. It's final. He'll yell at me.
Mottle!
I'm just a poor tailor.
Mottle, even a poor tailor is entitled to some happiness.
That's true.
Will you talk to him? Will you talk to him?
All right, I'll talk to him.
Come, children. We're getting ready for the Sabbath.
Rentevia,
Come, we're lighting the candles.
Rentevia, Rentevia, Rentevia.
Yes, what is it, Motto? What is it?
Good Sabbath, Rentevia.
Good Sabbath, good Sabbath. Come, children.
Yes, Laser Wolf?
Please bring me a bottle of your best brandy and 2 glasses.
My best brandy? What's the occasion? Are you getting ready for a party?
There might be a party, maybe even a wedding.
A wedding? Wonderful! I'll be happy to make the wedding merry and lead the dancing and so forth for a little fee, naturally.
Naturally, a wedding is no wedding without you and your fee.
Good evening, innkeeper.
Good evening.
We'd like a drink. Sit down, Hayek.
Vodka or snaps?
Vodka.
Right away.
Ah, good evening.
Good evening, Tevye.
What are you doing here so early?
He wants to buy my new milk cup. Good evening, Reblazar.
Ah, Tevye, sit down, have a drink.
I won't insult you by saying no.
How goes it with you, Tevye?
How should it go?
You're right. And you?
Snip?
So, Tevye, how is your brother-in-law in America?
I believe he's doing very well.
He wrote you?
Not lately.
Then how do you know?
Well, if he were doing badly, he would write. May I?
So, Tevye, I suppose you know why I wanted to see you.
I do, Reblazar, but there is no use talking about it.
Why not?
Why, yes. Why should I get rid of her?
Well, you'll have a few more without her.
I see today you want 1, tomorrow you want 2.
2? What would I do with 2?
The same as you do with 1.
Tevye? 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 Tevye. This is very important to me.
Why is it so important to you?
Frankly, because I'm lonesome.
Look, lonesome, what are you talking about?
You don't know?
We're talking about my new milk cow, the one you want to buy.
A milk cow, so I won't be lonesome.
What's so funny?
I'm talking about your daughter Sila.
My daughter decided what?
Of course your daughter Sila. I've seen her in my butcher shop every Thursday. She's made a good impression on me. I like her. And as for me, Tevye, as you know, I am pretty well off. I have my own house, a good store, a servant. Look, Tevye, why do we need to try to impress each other? Let's just shake hands and call it a match. And I'll be good to her, Tevye. And you won't need a dowry for her. Maybe you'll find something in your own purse, too.
Shame on you, shame! What do you mean my purse? My saddle is not the sort I would sell for money.
All right, all right. As you say, we won't talk about money. The main thing is, let's get it done with. And I'll be good to her, Tevye. I like her. What do you think?
What do I think? What do I think? I never liked him. Why should I? You can have a fine conversation with him if you talk about kidneys and livers. But not everyone has to be a scholar. If you're rich enough, no one will call you stupid. And with a butcher, my daughter will surely never know hunger. But he has a problem. He is much older than her. That's her problem. But she is much younger than him. That's his problem. I always thought of him as a butcher.